Welcome to the Code with Jason meetup. Today we're going to work on some Ruby OOP stuff again. Um, and today, instead of using Vim like I usually do, I'm going to be using Cursor. I started using Cursor last week or so, and I'm really liking it. And so maybe no more Vim. Maybe I'm a Cursor guy now. I tried it about 6 months ago. Frankly, I didn't care for it. Then tried it again more recently, and it seems to be better now. Anyway, I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah, that is something that I have experienced as well, that it has significantly improved.
Hmm.
Yeah.
hmm
Mhm. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm not sure what's different,
yeah, me
but it
neither.
seems better. Yeah. Okay, so we've been working on our expression parser program for the last while. And the first thing I want to do is run our tests. And it looks like I have some uncommitted changes here. So I wonder if the tests will pass or not pass. Oh, hmm. Do we even have a test folder? I haven't worked on this project for a while, so I don't remember. Um, let's see, find. Oh, and let me make my font a bit bigger. There we go. Okay, so we have these two tests. I'm gonna put these in a test folder. I don't know why they aren't already. Anyway, R spec expression parser spec. Okay, we get a failure there. Um, and let's run the other one. Parenthetical expression. Okay, that one passes. Okay, so for this one, I'm not sure what this failure is all about. I'm just gonna stash these changes and then I will fix my directory structure. So I expect now that I stash those, the test will pass. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna try this just for fun. Um, create a folder called um, spec and put all the tests in it. Okay, that looks right. Okay, but now the files aren't in the right place relative to the tests. That's fine. We can fix that. Wonder if I can just say this, fix this path. No, that's not it. Okay, so it's not that smart yet. Okay, but now maybe it'll work. Okay. And I forget how to actually run this. Let's see. Oh wait, maybe you can't run it yet. Okay, yeah, I don't have anything like that set up yet. Okay, so I'm gonna commit that, create spec folder. That'll make an app folder. Create an app folder and put the .rb files in it. Okay, great. I'm gonna guess that the test will not work anymore. Okay, but we can fix that. Okay, great. Okay, now that we've done that, we can grab our changes out of the stash. Okay. And let's see what I was trying to do. Okay. Can I make this terminal window like big temporarily? Okay. We added these two tests. Has a left child of 2 and has a right child of plus. Looks like these are the last tests at the bottom of the file. Okay. So what is this test all about? So we're dealing with nested parentheses. Okay. Okay, and we're asserting that this expression here, 2a plus b minus 5, has a left child of 2. Okay, and the test that fails is the one that expects a right child of plus, but it's wrong. It says left child when it should say right child. Okay. Okay, so that fails. We're expecting plus and we're getting times. Okay. Okay, now let's see why that might be. I also see that we have this change in parenthetical expression. I don't know why that is. Let's take a look. Yeah, I don't really know. Okay, let's try to follow the code's execution path. So we have this nested parentheses expression, and we're calling dot parse on the expression. So first, let's look at expression. This will be a good test to see how easy my code is to understand because I haven't looked at this in weeks. I'm basically looking at it for the first time. Okay, we call parse. Um, so first sorry, I got to turn off my heat here. There we go. So we're stripping it. Then we ask if it's a constant, which basically means, is it a number? I think is what that means. Let's actually check. Yeah, we're checking to see if it's a number. And if it is, we return. If it's a variable, we return. Um, okay, if the value contains parentheses, then we create a parenthetical expression. Okay, so I'm guessing that that is what's happening because obviously this does contain parentheses. So let's see what parenthetical expression is all about. Um, parenthetical expression dot new dot parse. Okay. Okay, so when we parse it, we're creating a tree with times at the root. Okay. Okay. So this whole thing is becoming a tree with times at the root. And the left child is an expression of the value before the parentheses, and the right child is the value inside the parentheses. Okay, so if that's working correctly, then the before should be the 2 and the inside should be the a plus b minus 5. But who knows if that's working correctly? Let's look at the parenthetical expression test. Oh, okay. So I have a test for that right here. And apparently that's passing. Okay, so that's not the problem. What is the problem again? Yeah, we're expecting a plus. We're expecting the right child to be plus, but instead it's times. And why exactly are we expecting plus? Okay, it has a root of times because it's two times this other expression. So when we parse it into a tree, times will be the root. That makes sense. The left child would be this two, and the right child would be this expression of a plus b minus 5. Yeah. Okay, so if we take this expression of a plus b minus 5, if we parse that into a tree, then plus would be the root. Yes. Well, let's try this. Let's do this. Um I don't know what we'd call this yet. Um but I want no, that's not. Okay. That was annoying of cursor to do. Okay. I want this to be just that. Yeah, and I want to assert that it has a root of plus. Okay. And what's a key command I can use to run just this test? No, that's not the answer. Okay. Let's see. Run. Hmm. I don't know how to do it. I'm sure there is a way to do it, but I'm not immediately seeing it. Oh, RSpec expression parser spec 202. Okay, so that's useful information. This fails. So it's not necessarily a problem with the nested parentheses. It's that our expression parser can't handle this for whatever reason. And I think that's because the root is always getting hard coded to multiplication. I'll try this. Change this to make the test pass. No, that's no good. Okay, so how should it decide what the root's going to be? That's an excellent question. Okay, let's see if we can ask about it. How should I decide what the root of this expression should be? It's the outermost operator in the expression. Okay, but how can I figure it out programmatically? Oh, it's answering with code? No, this is not right. I don't need to change the test. I need to change the code. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to blow away all this stuff. Now we have a clean state. Um, and I'm going to create a new test case. Oh, yeah, maybe this is a good suggestion. Let's try that. Okay, a plus b works. Okay. What if I do like a plus b minus 5? Okay, great. Yeah, so now we have to somehow figure out um, that the root of this is plus. So I think it has to recognize that anything in parentheses is a sub-expression. So let's see how we can figure that out. Hmm. Okay, so if it contains parentheses, we return a parenthetical expression. Hmm. I'm a little bit stumped. Okay. I I suspect that maybe the way I'm modeling this is not great. Okay, what's happening here? We're going through the operators, and if the value includes the operator, then we're splitting on that operator. Okay. Hmm. I'm not sure I love this parenthetical expression concept. Why should a parenthetical expression be a totally different idea from a regular expression? It's perfectly normal for expressions to contain parentheses.
And also, it doesn't explain quite, what it means, right?
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I think I want to change this. So once again, I'm going to blow away my changes and go back to where everything's passing. And I do want to comment on that. Um, I think there's something to be said for not getting too attached to your changes and also for the concept of keeping everything in a working state all the time. Um, I liken it to hiking on a trail in the woods. It's a lot easier to stay on the trail the whole time than to allow yourself to wander off the trail and then find your way back.
Yeah.
Um, and in pairing with a lot of developers, a lot of people allow themselves to stray from the trail and then they can't find their way back. So better just to always stay on the trail. Okay. So if I don't like this way of modeling it, what's something that would be better? Let's figure that out. And this is where AI, at least currently, cannot help. It can help you it can help you make your code meet its functional requirements, but AI has a weakness in that it's too smart. The reason we make our code easy to understand is because we humans are so dumb. We need the code to be self-explanatory enough for our feeble minds to be able to understand it, but AI isn't dumb like us, and so it doesn't feel a need to make the code easy enough for something dumb to understand. So we have to do that job, at least currently. Okay. Hmm. All right. I want to be looking at a parenthetical expression when we're thinking about this. Okay. Okay, when we're parsing an expression, we want to start from the innermost parentheses. Yeah, we want to start at the innermost parentheses. Yeah, we can't know. Okay, let me see if this seems like a true statement. We can't know what the root of the expression is until we know what some of the branches and leaves are. It's like we have to start at the leaves. I'm not sure if that's true or not, though. Oh, all right. Thanks for coming, Carl. See you later. Okay. So is that true? Do we need to start at the leaves in order to determine that plus in this case is the root? I guess so, because we see
Yeah, yeah,
this.
yeah. It's about to say,
Mhm.
yeah, we have to. Yeah.
Yeah, we look at this and we see, oh, okay, parentheses. Let's look at what's in there. Okay, now we're in there. Oh, there's more parentheses. We look in there. Yeah. So let's look at our expression parser again. So what we want to do is we want to first, yeah, okay. So what is the order of evaluation for an expression? Uh, is it that parentheses comes before anything else? There's that PEMDAS mnemonic, which I thought stood for power, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, but I could be wrong, and maybe the P stands for parentheses. I don't think so, though. Oh, yeah, it does stand for parentheses. Okay. Yeah, so that's what we should be addressing first. Um, okay, and here we're just asking like, is the expression we're dealing with a single constant or variable? That doesn't really fall into the PEMDAS categories, so it's fine. This is the first thing we're dealing with. Okay, so we need to, of course, handle this recursively. So when we're looking at this, we need to say, oh, okay, there's parentheses, so this is the sub expression. So, hmm, but I'm having a bit of trouble figuring out how to get from here to there. Because like, okay, we can see an expression and figure out that it has parentheses in it, and we can figure out that the part inside the expression inside the parentheses is b minus 5, and we parse that, and it kind of changes. Like we can know based on the fact that it's b minus, like the b minus 5 gets changed into just an expression. Hmm. Okay, and let's look at a more complicated example. Oops, that's not it. So this would become like, okay. And then kind of the next step would be like this. And let's make the multiplication explicit. Okay. So we start with the raw version. We find the innermost parentheses, convert that to an expression. Then we repeat the same process. We find the innermost parentheses, convert that to an expression, and we do that until there are no more parentheses.
I don't know why am I thinking there's one more step required.
Hmm.
Okay, b minus 5 plus b minus 5.
I mean, this is
Ah,
incomplete.
yeah. Okay, I think I'm thinking that the whole thing is one expression, right? So maybe that's what I'm thinking about. There's one more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is incomplete. This
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
yeah. Um okay. So obviously we already know how to take something like b minus 5 and parse it into a tree. The code is currently capable of handling that just fine. But how do we make it so it converts this this innermost expression into a tree? Because it's like at that point we have a tree, but then we just have a string still for all the rest. How were we doing this before? Okay. Yeah, we were using the split method to say like what's the root and then split the expression and parse whatever's on the left and right based on the root. But that was back when we were dealing with expressions that were so simple that they only had one operator and we could tell what was the root just by virtue of the fact that it was the one operator in the expression. We can't do that anymore. So I think this is not valid anymore, especially if you think about an expression like forget about parentheses, just think of an expression like 2 plus 3 plus 4. Like, oh, I guess you could split that. Yeah, never mind about that. Okay, sounds good. Um, let me see. Okay, but we can't split on the operator. Yeah. Okay. So how do we go from the bottom up instead of the top down? How do we go from the bottom up instead of the top down? Well, at each iteration of the recursion, we could have, whatever's at the bottom. Hmm. Okay. Okay, let's try this. 2 times, yeah. Step 1, um Find the innermost parentheses. Yes, extract the value inside them. Um, Welcome back. Extract the value inside them, which would be b minus 5. So what I figured out, Sanjit, is I think what we need to do is when we see this, we need to go over it recursively. And at each step of the recursion, the question is how to go from the bottom up instead of the top down. At each step of the recursion, we can have our current tree and then build on top of it and pass that to the next iteration of the recursion. And here in these comments, I'm trying to figure out exactly how that would go.
Oh, okay, okay.
So here's a sample expression, this 2 times a plus b minus 5. Step 1, find the innermost parentheses, and I'll actually label this. Yeah, b minus 5. Extract the value inside them, which is b minus 5. Um, Parse b minus 5 into a tree. Okay. And then I think we repeat from, yeah, repeat from step 1 until there are no parentheses left. All right, I'm going to do this a little bit different. Okay. So do I have any tests right now that aren't passing? Yes. Okay. Parenthetical expression line 17. Oh yeah, we got this crazy stuff. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Everything's passing right now. All right. So I want to add a test of, let's see. I want to be able to write some fairly fine-grained tests, I think. Um, I don't know, I'm going to call this innermost parentheses. Um, Say describe, yeah, innermost parentheses. No, 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 no. I'm going to call it highest precedence um, sub-expression. Yes. This feels like the direction to go in. Of course, this will fail. There's not even a method called highest precedence sub-expression. So let's create that. And that'll still fail. Oh, there. Okay, expected b in minus 5, got nil. All right, I want to get rid of parenthetical expression like we talked about. So let's see. Okay, so we have this regex. Where are we using it? We have match data. Hmm. So I don't want to put all this stuff right in here. I think parenthetical expression is not exactly the right abstraction. It should be like, it's like we want to, hmm, we want to be able to extract the innermost
Should
parentheses.
we should we call it child expression?
Well, it is a child expression, but there's more to it than just that.
True, true.
Let's see.
You know what? Don't change it, but I think just trying to think loud, more than
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
else. Okay, yeah.
No, it's helpful. Um, let's see. It's the innermost expression. The fact that it has parentheses is definitely significant. Innermost parentheses. It's the part of the expression. Hmm. Well, we're trying to find the innermost parentheses. Expression dot innermost parentheses. Let's see. We're trying to get like the string. Hmm. Innermost. Oh, here's an idea. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We want a substring. How? Oh yeah, we want this. Innermost. Yes. That's exactly what we want. There. How do you like that?
Yep, that's better than child.
Um,
Yeah.
all right. So then how do we define it? Okay. Okay. Wonderful. All right. So this is cursor showing its usefulness here.
Yeah, just like auto population, it has some tricks up its sleeve, which is good, helpful for us.
Yeah, it saved me some mental grunt work just there.
Yep.
Okay. So I was expecting B minus five and it got B minus five with the parentheses. That's easy to fix. Um, this should be plus one and that should be minus one. Perfect. Okay, and I suppose we can commit that. Okay. Highest precedent sub-expression. Add highest precedent sub-expression. Wonderful. Okay. So, can we already apply this? Can we swap this out for this parenthetical expression stuff? Let's see. Um, hmm. Okay. Highest precedence sub-expression. Yeah, interesting. So, okay, let's look at some of these other cases and ask ourselves, like, what would the highest precedence sub-expression for five be? Actually, we don't even have to just think about it. We can do this. Um, let's change this to highest precedence sub-expression. Okay. Then we can have context constant. And here we just want like number 5. I think, hmm, would it be 5 or would it be nil? I guess it would be nil. Okay, let's see if that passes. Okay, undefined method plus for nil class. Okay. So, hmm, do I want to take this suggestion? Yeah, only this though. Return nil if the value is a constant. And I'm only doing this because, as always, I don't want to code speculatively. I don't want to add more than what's needed to make the test pass. Okay, and we can add the case of a variable. Uh-huh. Perfect. Uh-huh. Okay, and now I thought it might give me a suggestion here. I'm surprised it's not doing so. Um, Variable value. Maybe it's not doing it because I rejected it before. Okay. Okay. Now, can we get rid of parenthetical expression? Well, we have to do this kind of radical change if going from the bottom up instead of the top down. Okay, let me think. Call me crazy, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this entire parse method and delete it.
To start from scratch or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, hmm, if we have a highest precedence sub-expression, um, then yeah, we want to parse it. We want to say, okay, so let's use an example. Um, let's say we're doing this one. We parse b minus 5, and then we go up. We somehow have to mark that b minus 5 has already been parsed. Hmm, not sure how to do that. One idea that comes to mind, I'm not sure if this is a good idea, is to convert the parentheses into something else, just like brackets or something like that. So then they won't get picked up in the future. But then how would it know? Okay, so the first iteration, we convert this to an expression. The second iteration, the root should be plus, and this expression we just parsed should be the right child. And the A, of course, should be the left child. Oh, we can have like an index. Like, okay, this is zeroth priority. Okay, this is priority of, I don't know, let's call it first priority, second priority, third priority. Yeah. Or priority zero, priority one, priority two. And so we can say priority level is zero. Yes. Okay. I don't know if it's clear where I'm headed with this, Sanji, but we say like, okay, parse parse priority level zero of this. You'll say, okay, priority level zero, we'll find the innermost parentheses. And then it'll feed back into itself and say, okay, now find priority level one. And it'll find the not the innermost parentheses, but one level out from there. And when we call it, we'll pass in what we parsed from priority level zero.
Yeah, it makes sense theoretically. Yes, it does.
Okay, let's give
No,
this a try.
I'm not, avoiding a vote of confidence, but proof is always in the testing, isn't it? So,
Mm-hmm. Okay, so are our tests all passing? Not even close. Okay, now they are. So let's do this. Okay, we can say, okay, so we have, trying to figure out where to put this test and how to word it and stuff. I know, let's just put this. Um, Context, priority level zero. And then we'll use the same expression. Okay. It grabs the innermost parentheses. But that's not what we want. We want expression dot parse zero. Yes. Okay, we'll say priority level and we'll say, yep, level zero. Okay, let's try that. Right. Wrong number of arguments. Um, yep. Okay, so all kinds of stuff is going to fail now, of course. Yeah. Um, because like a bunch of stuff is not passing in the priority level. Expected B minus 5 got expression tree. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, expect expression tree dot root to equal minus. Okay, this should say it parses the highest precedence sub-expression. Priority level, I think it should really be called precedence level to be consistent. Okay. Okay. 236 still fails because we're expecting minus and we're getting times. That's not surprising. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to delete this whole method. I'm going to run only line 236. Undefined method root for nil class. Okay, so it's not returning an expression at all. Okay. So we can return a new expression of highest precedence sub-expression. Um, let's see, dot parse. Hmm. I'm getting a little bit confused because the name expression, we have expression and expression tree. I feel like expression should really be called text expression or something like that, but I'll change that in a minute. Let's see. So we want to parse this. Okay. Thanks for coming. Talk to you later. See you next time. Okay. So we want to parse this with no regard to precedence level. So I guess we can just say nil. Okay. We can make nil be the default. So we can just say parse. Okay. And this, I think, will make an infinite loop. Oh. Oh, apparently not. Undefined method plus for nil class. Okay. Why is that happening? It's a bit surprising. Oh, wait. Maybe that's not surprising. Okay, so parse is the version with the parentheses, and then it keeps going until there's no more parentheses. Okay, maybe we can say if constant value return value. Whoops. Oh, I did that backwards. Return value if constant value. Still get that, which is surprising. Okay, forget about that. Um, let's let's go at this a different way where we don't have to make as many mental leaps. Um, when the precedence level is nil. Okay. Let's try this. The precedence level should be nil here. So let's do line 5. Okay. Undefined method plus for no class. Right, because there's no parentheses. If we bring back that constant thing, does that fix this? Okay, I think now we're getting our infinite loop. So we need a base case. Um, what should our base case be? Um, let's see. We parse the 5. Okay, if I think we want to do this. If we have a constant on our hands, we want to return an expression tree. Okay, something like that. Okay, great. Um, but now maybe a lot of other stuff will fail. Let's do a case where it's just a variable, if we have that. Looks like we don't, so let's add that. Yes. Uh-huh. Okay, great. So line 20. Okay, not surprising. Yep. Okay, great. So now line 39. Okay, what's on line 39? Okay, multiplication. Okay, highest precedence expression. So in this case, I think the highest precedence expression should be 2 times x. I don't think I care anymore about these because they're kind of already covered by other stuff. Yeah, except not this. We'll do 2 times x. Okay, and that's 227. Interesting. I would not expect that to already be working. Huh. Yeah, I definitely would not expect that to be working. Okay, it seems to be not hitting that. 235. I was just hitting the wrong line, apparently. Okay, yep. Okay. So let's say if there's an innermost parentheses start index, then do that. Otherwise, just return value. Okay. Okay, a bunch of failures, including um, an infinite loop. Let's go to line 39 again. Okay, infinite loop on line 39. It's not surprising because if 2 times x is the highest precedent, um, it's the highest precedent sub-expression in the expression, then it'll just infinitely loop. Okay. So let's try that. I don't think it'll really work. It'll at least get rid of the infinite loop though. Yeah. Okay. Now we can just parse this like normal, I think. So this operators thing we can bring back. Clean this up. Okay, let's see what that does. Okay. More infinite loops. All right, let's go to line 56. Okay, looks like that's an infinite loop. What is on line 56? No explicit operator. Okay. Yeah, we have to deal with that case. Yeah, so that's this. Clean this up. Okay, let's see if that fixes that. Looks like no. Okay. Let's see if it gets to here. Okay. And by the way, let's focus on, okay, this is root of times. This is just one test. Okay. Okay, the value is 2x. Oh, we're not doing a return here. Yeah, that probably has something to do with it. There we go. Okay, now let's go to 153. Parentheses. Oh, okay. So now we're into this kind of stuff. Okay, let's see exactly how this fails. 153. Expected times and got plus. Yeah, okay, here's where we have to build it from the bottom up. So let's see if this stuff is working. 245. Okay. So level 0 parses the highest level. Yeah, and the default should be 0, huh? Does this even make any kind of difference right now? Okay, and if we run some of these earlier ones, it still passes. Okay, still get a lot of failures. Okay, so default should be 0 because it should start at the bottom. And now let's do level 1. Course is the second highest precedence of expression. That is, oh, well, let's see. Um, well, that is correct. 252. Okay, yeah, that's not doing the right thing. Not surprising. Okay, yeah, so this should be precedence level. Okay, so this is where we need to, yeah, this will be a little bit tricky. So we need to like parse it once and then parse it again. Hmm, thinking. Yeah, we just have to get it to ignore the parentheses. So we could like replace the sub expression with okay, hang on. Let's do this. Yeah, precedence level. Okay. So we're going to do it acting on a certain value. Whoops, value. Okay. Okay, so if the precedence level is 0, we can just do it as normal. All right, so let's go up to here again. 222. So that fails because we're not sending the right arguments. So we should say here, yes. We can get rid of this. And I would expect that to pass, and it does not. Expression. Oh, okay. So we can make this a class method. Oh, uh, okay. Still no. Innermost parentheses start index. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay. So now mhm. Precedence level 0. Why are the why is the indentation off? Okay. Now let's do precedence level 1. It's not b minus 5, you knucklehead. Um, okay. A plus b minus 5. There, and I expect that to fail. Yep. Okay. So we need highest precedence sub-expression to get the highest precedence sub-expression of itself, and then convert um, um, highest precedent sub-expression of itself, and then convert that sub-expression into something without parentheses. Okay. So if the precedence level is 0, then we do the normal stuff. Otherwise, we call highest precedent sub-expression. We get the precedence level -1. Yes. All right, I can't think anymore, so I'm just gonna see what happens with that. Yeah, like, same stuff, but no errors or anything. All right. So the precedence level is one, and we need to do this. We need to do like value dot g sub next highest precedence sub expression. Yeah, so we can say this next. Yeah, I think that's what we want. I don't know if I did that syntax right though. Okay. Yeah, that is what I expected, kind of, but it kept the parentheses. All right. Whoops. Uh, there. Okay. Kept the parentheses. I think I want to do this actually. Okay, A plus underscore. Okay. All right, so I'm going to say this placeholder character equals underscore. Placeholder character. Okay. And then I'm going to replace. I'm going to put it back. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I'm having trouble thinking at this point. Precedence level equals 0. Yes, we're getting there. The precedence level is 0. We need to take the precedence level is 0 and there are no more parentheses. We need to take the value and replace the placeholder with the next highest precedence sub-expression. I think that's what we need to do. Okay. So it clearly didn't work. Is it even getting to here? No, it's not. It's getting to there for some reason. Innermost parentheses start index. Okay, that's surprising. Okay. Okay, so the value, oh, that makes sense. No, it doesn't. Okay. If the precedence level is 0, precedence level is when the precedence level is 1, it does this. And then it'll call this, making the precedence level 0. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's put this back to value. Okay, so we're just returning itself. Because we're saying the precedence level is, well, we just need to see how many levels deep it goes. We need to see how many levels deep it goes so that we can then go back. Yeah. Okay, in this case, it goes 2 levels deep. Yeah. So at first, we don't know how deep the expression is. When we get to the bottom, we get to 0. When we get to the, okay, so when it starts, we don't know what level we're at. We have to go to the bottom in order to find out what level we were at. Okay. So, so the depth count is 0. And here, we can say depth count plus 1. Yeah. We want to get, my goodness. Okay. I feel like this is too complicated and I can't think about it. Um, let's see. I think it's actually going to be easier for me to think about it if it's 3 levels deep. Okay, so this would be B plus C plus D. I'm going to get rid of the precedence level stuff in this. Okay. Highest precedence sub-expression. I don't know what I did. Oh, wasn't running the right test. Okay, that's what I expect. Okay, now how do I? All right, the highest precedence one is this. That's easy. Oh, I can just look for. Oh, I was gonna say I can look for the previous parentheses, but that's not true because it could be like A plus B. In fact, let's do that. Well, then there's like two that are the highest priority. Okay, well, that confuses me even more. Hmm. Okay, how am I getting the innermost one? Oh, it's the rightmost parentheses index. Okay. Okay, so I can convert that to an underscore. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do this again. If precedence level equals 0, then just do the regular stuff. Otherwise, hmm, how does this even work? I don't see how it can. Okay, the precedence level is, let's say, 1, then we're after this. So we're going to take the 0th, we're going to take the innermost one. Okay, let's do this. This is the highest period. You don't need the precedence level. And this is a dumb name, and I'm going to change this, but that's that. Yeah. Okay. This shouldn't be precedence level -1. It should be +1. Highest precedence sub-expression. We want to replace the very highest. Um, value equals value dot g sub. Yeah, there. What happens if we run the test now? Okay, infinite loop, not too surprising. Okay. Okay, so we want to do that stuff only if there's still parentheses. Um, okay. Otherwise, we just return the expression itself. No. Okay. Okay. Expected that. Got the whole thing. Okay. I'm torn because I want to get this right, but also I have shit to do. Other than this. Okay. Let's put this value. See what that is. We're not even getting there. Oh, I have this backwards. Okay, that's maybe more interesting. So we have a plus b plus underscore a plus underscore. That's what I was after. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. We start at 0. We go up. So it's like if the precedence level, oh yeah. So if hmm, it's like target precedence level. Um, Target precedence level. So if the precedence level equals the target precedence level, then we want to return this is frustrating. All right, I'm gonna have to leave it here for today because I'm running out of time. All right, apologies for the anticlimactic ending here. I don't know what else to say about it. Goodbye.